Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another Wednesday night watch chat. I am your host, Bobby Legs from the Bobby Legs Loves Watches channel. And I am here to talk watches this evening. What is going on, everybody? I am wearing the Handheart, yeah, the ES417 on the bund strap. Really love wearing this watch. It's very cool, especially on the bun strap. Um, yeah, awesome watch. And it's the weather is getting a little bit cooler, so it's a little bit more appropriate to wear. This is when it's 90 degrees out, this is not a fun watch to wear. But the strap, of course, being that it is, and I just can't see this in any other. Like it's got to be on either a bun or some sort of leather strap, right? Um, I guess maybe you can go with a sailcloth. Can't see rubber. Can't see doing that. I know they have a bracelet for it. Not really into the bracelet with the high and heart. But yeah. So fall and winter for sure. This is gonna be. I'm gonna be wearing this a whole lot, man. Man. There's a farm. So obviously we're towards the end of August, and it's prime Jersey corn season. And there's a farm like not too far away. And I swear, man, when they plant these seeds, they must like plant them with like sugar or something or crack or whatever whatever they're putting in there. Because it's just like the sweetest corn, man. It's the sweetest corn in the world. Like it's ruined it's ruined it for any other corn that I've ever had. I can't like if I go to another farm even or somebody's house, it's just like it's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. It's like, flying first class, man. You can't go back to coach, you know. I don't know. It's been on my mind because I had like about 3 or 4 ears today of it, and it tastes really great. Hey, tonight before go through the chat and say hello, if you got any questions, topics that you want to talk about, we'll do some recent releases, which not really that many. There's a few interesting stuff that came out in the last couple days, but if you guys want to help steer the conversation, I'd be more than happy to take suggestions and do it that way as well. Yeah. So again, for all you guys who watch Soup, just remember it's gonna be Monday. We're gonna do it Monday, even though I promise I'd be back on Sundays, but we're gonna be doing it Monday. And then Clayton has been releasing. I think he's been releasing those episodes, the recent episodes of Watch Soup, on his Watchdog podcast. So if you miss it and you want to put it on while you're driving, I know some people do, um, you're more than welcome to do so. Just go to his Watchdog podcast. I think you can find it on on iTunes or Spotify and whatnot. So let's get started. Let's say hello to everybody. Also, let me know what you're wearing this evening. Let's talk about it. Hey, Maison is here. Good to see you, Maison. Appreciate it. Scott is here. What's up, Scott? Mr. Time Hill. It's great to be here as well, and I'm glad you're here. Hey, Caliber, YQG. Good to see you. Greetings. Justin R strapped in. Yeah, he is. He's always strapped in. What do you guys think of Watch Crunch? I feel like half the posts are ads. You know, um, I haven't been on Watch Crunch for a while. I mean, when the app came out, um, or whatever the site or whatever, I had joined, and I thought it was a fun way. The thing is, here's the thing. I'm I don't know. So I don't know if it's like ads. I'll take your word for it. It's just like another. It was just like another social media thing that I mean, and I'm already on Facebook, and which actually I've been limiting that, especially this particular year and what's going to happen in a few months in our country. So like I just don't want to hear people's opinions and stuff like that on politics. But I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube a lot. I'm on Discord with the Bobby Legs Discord server and some other servers. So Watch Crunch is just another thing, and I know it's watch focus, which is great. But it's just like it's another thing. At my age, man, I'm 51 years old. There's like so much I can handle when it comes to social media, and I'm trying to pare that back, right? I'm just trying to pare that back a little bit because I feel like it's too much in my life. But I don't know. I mean, like if anybody anyone else on the chat has a personal opinion on Watch Crunch and or if, what they think about the ads, then feel free to put it in the chat and we'll talk about it. Summer buns is a power move. Yeah, 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 totally. But look, I mean, it was like 71 degrees today high. It was like 49 this morning. Oh, so good. It was so good when I got outside to take the kids to camp. Um, it was so crisp. It was like by that time it was like in the low 50s. So nice. And it's gonna be like that in the night in the 50s for the next couple nights, which is so nice. And but next week the hot weather is gonna return. I gotta tell you, like when we got back from our European trip, where the temperature was just great, right? Denmark, it was like in the high 60s, so good. And we came back and it was like on July 4th, and the heat was relentless for about a week or two, maybe three. No, no, about a week or two, and then ever since then, like the summer has been like you know been manageable. I mean, and I'm not a summer guy. The heat had been pretty manageable, and then we got like some tropical storm remnants of it, and that kept things cool. And now this week has just been like glorious. It just feels like fall, and I love it. But so not too much to complain about, really. For me, in regards to the heat, and I love complaining about how hot it is. But with the exception of those like couple weeks after we got back from our trip, man, it's been rather pleasant. Yes, ads and looking to monetize. Yeah, and that's everywhere. You know what I mean? That's going to be everywhere, man. It's I guess so I don't know how I think Max, is that Max, the guy who has the channel. Um, does he is he do the admins have control over it? I mean, I'm sure if there's ads there, I mean, are they working in conjunction with the administrators of Watch Crunch to allow that to happen? I guess that's how he's trying to monetize it as well. He's got a good thing going, right? I mean, he's a smart dude, right? He's a doctor, and had the channel, and then you know um, started this social media, which is hard to do, man. I mean, like when I remember when he was advertising it, right, as much in his on his channel, before his channel went over to calling itself Watch Crunch, right? I think it was called something else. um I remember thinking, man, that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard to do. Like, like a social media specific to watchmaking and watches, and the hobby. And it sounds like it's pretty successful. I mean, I know people who are on it. You know, so that's impressive. Greetings to you, Wayman. So wearing that Traska GMT, very nice, very nice. Michael B, yo yo yo, how you doing, Mr. Wilson? Good to see you. Underachieving watch collector, hello, sir. Crack corn cane. uh, so stupid. Uh, Mez9, good to see you. Hope you are well. Justin wearing the Planet Ocean, great watch, great watch. Ken Spear checking in from Pittsburgh, good to see you, Ken. Um, Everybody's saying hello, hello. Watch Crunch is now pretty much the only forum I pay attention to these days. I don't see how the posts look like ads. Okay, interesting, interesting. Um, hey, Bobby, I'm so over Omega slightly tweaking the colorway and telling it as a new version. Give me that SMP 300, a new bracelet, and update the Planet Ocean design already. Well, yeah, I mean that's funny that you brought it up. I mean, I did do a little. video on the release of the Omega S&P 300 with the America's collaborate or I don't know if it's like an actual collaboration, but it's the American Cup version of that, and they just basically changed the little thing on the dial. They put like a start. They wrote start on it. then and then the minute hand and the hour hand are two different colors, and then they put like a big printed a B on the sapphire crystal on the case back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So and then I mean it's Omega, right? I mean, like they're doing what they can to make a buck for sure, right? But like, I mean, who's buying that? You know what I mean? Like, who's buying the collaboration with the America's Cup? I mean, I can't see. I don't know. Look, I mean, there are smart people who are running these companies, right? And they must know something that I don't. And I guess maybe there's people out there who just like the America's Cup. One, two likes, I don't know if this was even a limited edition, but whatever special edition Seamasters 300s, right? I guess there's people who like that. Um, and yeah, I mean, like for me, the branding, like, so I don't mind the two different color um, hands, right? And I don't mind the start function on the bezel, um, but the branding of the big old B in the back, like, oh man. And then they have written on the case back, it says like Barcelona and 37th. I think it was like the 37th America's Cup. Like I just don't. For me, that's like that's like buying a watch that's already been engraved in the back with somebody else's initials. You know what I mean? Like it's just, and then they want to charge you 600 bucks more, right? So, man, not for me, man. Um, Maison wearing the Breitling Navitimer on wrist, beautiful vintagey style dial. Yeah, very. I love that watch. Hey, KR Joy's here. Good to see you, KR. What's going on? Um, 50s. What the hell? It was like 105 here. Yeah, well, you're down in the Florida, man. You're down there in the Florida, the swamps. You're probably not by the swamps. I know where you are. I'm not gonna the region that you're in. I'm not gonna say, but man, yeah, Florida. I mean, what do you expect, dude? I mean, like it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot and humid. And oh, Florida, it rains on one side of the street and it's sunny on the other side of the street. Yeah. That's yeah, man. I mean, here it's nice, 50s, like, like the last couple nights, no air conditioning. I mean, I love the air conditioning, but like it's nice not to like, waste that energy and you can just open up a window and feel that cool breeze. You got the little blankie on top, you know. I love that. I love that. Uh, windows wide open here in PA. Yeah, yeah. Mezzanine. I mean, like I'm close to PA. Um, but yeah, it's just nice. It's just nice to when it's cool like that. I'm less grumpy. When it's like when it's above 90, like the heat index, they should have like the Bobby Legs index, the grumpy index, because I'm like really annoyed, right? Like I don't like to like I like to sweat when I work out, right? I don't like to slow sweat when I'm just like standing there, you know. And man, I'm like the worst version of of the evolved human race, right? Like I can't like like 2 generations ago, like there was no air conditioner. I mean there was, but I mean like maybe like in a movie theater, but like 2 generations in my family, like like my mom growing up in Puerto Rico and my dad in West Virginia, there was no air conditioner at that time, and they just dealt with it. And they didn't know any better, right? You just like, you just sat in the porch with a fan and had like, some lemonade or some sweet tea, and then that was life. And then you just dealt with it. Now it's like, oh, it's too hot. It's too hot. Why is the car so hot? I have the shade in the windshield. Why is it so hot? He has been brutal in Virginia. Yeah. Oh man. Everybody's going to be moving up north in a few years, I bet. There are no ads on watch cards. I don't get where you get that idea. Okay. All right, man. I mean, I didn't, I mean, somebody else, somebody said it. Kinsphere is wearing the green Alpinist today. Speed timer tonight for Mes9. The tag skipper. What do you think? Um, I kind of like it. Um, let's see here. Let me pull it up and let's talk about it. I like it. I don't like the price though, right? Of course. Um, let's see here. Give me a moment. We'll pick it up. Oh, Yoma Shop has it. Yoma Shop has it for $4,995. Okay, let me share my screen here, Steve. Uh, yeah, I do like it. I know our buddy Dib. He also likes this one too. 6750 though. That's a pretty tall order, right? I mean, I think it is. I think that's a tall order for this watch, right? But I think it looks really cool. I've been liking what Tag Heuer has been doing lately with their chronos. I have been. I have to admit, I have been. I would love to add a tag. 39 millimeter case back. I mean, case TH22. Okay, sure. I don't know what that movement means. 80-hour power reserve. Yeah. I mean, I'm not necessarily a power reserve guy, but that's nice to have. That's a nice little function. Um, I think it looks cool, Steve. I think I like it. I mean, I just saw Yoma. Let's see here. Yoma Shop had it. Let's see. I don't know why it does that. Hold on. Yoma Shop has got it for $4,995. Mm-hmm. 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 If you don't really care about, if you're not worried about the warranty stuff, you know, um, that's more acceptable, right? I really haven't seen many of these on the pre-owned yet, but I like it, Steve. I like it. Scott saying there are so many posts that are like, "Have you seen this new watch?" And then it has a few renders, photos from the manufacturers. Those are ads. Okay. Um, Cabby like, I might buy it. I like America's Cup and Omega. Oh, you do, Cabby? All right. Well, cool, cool. Um, try to get a discount on it because I don't know if it's worth $600 more than your run of the mill Seamaster because that's the price differential. It's 600 more. Um, but if you like it, right, then go for it, man. I don't mean to like knock it and say like it's not worth it or anything like that. But it's for me, my taste. Like I'm not really into the branding thing. That's all. That's all. Um, well, at least you have plenty of variations to choose from. That is true. Nye Chai, New York, Chicago, 84.5. I think that's going on here. Laurier Gemini, very nice. I gave one away recently. A Laurier. Was it a Gemini? There's a Hydro. One of those. No, the Gemini is the chronograph. I didn't give away. Um, Symphony for the Bezel. I love Florida, but I wish other people shared Bobby's opinion so that they stop moving here. Hey, Tib, what's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Hey, what do you got there? You got a new camera going? I like that. But
No, I finally decided to sell my well, trade my old laptop in. So I have a camera from this age. My
yeah,
old laptop was like 7 years old, so it was dying a slow death. So
yeah. Well, I'm there too. I think my laptop is currently dying a slow death as well. But you got a nice little camera there, so good on you. Hey, love the shirt.
ah,
Um,
thank you.
I love Florida. I wish. Hey, so where you're from, Deb? How hot does it get?
Uh,
I'm not talking about Georgia. I'm talking about back in Kolkata.
uh, it gets hot. So it reached, I mean, the hottest it usually gets is like 42 Celsius, which is like, I don't know,
Yeah,
110
yeah, yeah,
probably.
yeah. Well, does it get that hot?
Yeah, it does during the summer months. But the main problem is it's not dry heat like Arizona, it's Florida
Yeah.
heat, which is muggy.
But
So,
but that's your city. Your home city is your home city is in northern India, right?
northeastern India, it's still hot. It's still hot.
So I mean, so are you close to the equator? Like I'm trying to figure. Okay, okay, all right. I understand. Okay. Um, heat and full moon, very dangerous. Justin R is just living in sweat and loving it. Musty is a way of life. Okay. Mizone saying, he's talking to character. Okay, the skipper would be cooler if it had just a little water resistance. It's supposed to be a yacht watch after all. You like the Tag Heuer skipper, right, Deb?
I
If I
do.
remember correctly. I think I think it's a good looking piece. At close to 7,000 new. I mean, I think that's pretty high. Um, somewhere in the 4 to 5 range, I think is very very reasonable. Um,
I think
for
Jomo Shop's price is pretty good.
4,995, yeah,
How much is retail? 7,500, I think.
6750. 6750.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. And honestly, if it's 6750, so if you're looking at a 20% discount, that's around 5,400.
Yeah,
Um, I think that should be a doable number for any tag. Should not be more difficult than that.
yeah,
Like essentially, Jomo Shop is selling it for 25% off. Well,
yeah,
a little over 25.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, great watch. If you like a smaller watch, definitely smaller chronograph. In fact,
Hmm. Hmm.
it's a good fit.
Just insane. If I were to get a new box careers variant, it would be a black one with a 12 o'clock date. Um, not a bad price on Yoma. Characters. I love tag watches, but I'm tired of their watches coming only with a strap option. Hmm.
I
I never
mean,
really thought of it, but
if you really want the bracelet from a normal Carrera fits the skipper or that case, which is like 300 bucks. Two good deluxe straps, 300, or you can get the bracelet. Up to you.
Chaz got here just in time to see Dib doing a tryout for a dinky.
No, I'm not eating a moon pie. It's this Kinder Bueno, crispy, creamy chocolate bar.
Ms. saying it's been cool here in the UK in the past week. A bit rainy spell, nice and comfortable actually. Snacking in a relaxed format. Okay, everybody's appreciated. Dib, you eating pie? Okay, there it is. Um, yeah, yeah. Hey, Dib, before we check out some new watches, look, you haven't been on in a while. We haven't been in the stream together for a while. Hey, you've had some. I think you've had some changes. You've had some watches come in recently. You want to tell us about a couple of pieces that I found interesting that you've picked up lately, and what are
So
your thoughts?
I got the new Zen 103
Yes.
that was released in April with the red indices and the red accent. So that was one of the watches.
Now hold on a second. Let me pull that up because I want to hear. I want you to go. I'm not gonna let you off the hook that easy. I want you to talk about it a little bit more and tell us what you because you really like this piece.
I do like this piece. It's gonna stick around for a year. So
Yeah.
can't expect anything more from that than that from me. Uh,
Um.
yeah,
Okay,
this is.
but I mean, like, so you don't find so it does come with. I think one of the concerns that some people have it comes with a like a plexiglass or whatever they call it, right?
It
It's not a
doesn't really
sapphire
matter
crystal.
to me. I mean, I've banged it against the door already. Did
Yeah.
not see any scratches on the plexiglass or whatever it's doing. It's doing its job.
Yeah.
And again, I think the whole issue of having a plexiglass or a hard lex or a sapphire crystal is a topic of discussion when you are a newbie in the watch hobby. Once
Hmm.
you start to appreciate the watches as a whole instead of just looking at specs, if you're looking at specs, you can go ahead and buy a Long Island watch. Probably dollar per dollar, that's a good. I mean, like think about it. Like, this, that, milk glass, it's probably the best. But I look at the watch overall, and the vintage look definitely works better with a plexiglass.
Yeah, yeah, and it fits your wrist nicely, and look, it's just
Yeah, I mean
everything.
it's a standard 103 case. I
Yeah.
The only complaint I have is this strap is really nice,
Hmm.
but Zen doesn't make a small strap, a smaller version of it, and the stock strap doesn't fit me. So I'm like, oh shoot, you know. But
Yeah.
and I don't want to poke a hole.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Definitely a really nice watch. I did not get it from Watch Buys because I don't think I'll ever give my business to them again. I got it from an Australian AD who shipped it to me. So,
Hmm. And was it still under the price from Watch Buys,
y-
even though it
well,
came from
it was
customs?
above the price that Watchwise was asking, but it would be cheaper if you added tax.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, the reason was they filled out the worksheet, and what they did was I paid like $130 to DHL. Now,
Hmm.
I think you need to put more money or the value on the movement, or like I don't remember which one it is, but I paid say $85 for my $6,800 Grand Seiko, but I paid $130 for the $2,500 watch.
Right.
So definitely, if I hadn't paid that much, it would still be under retail. I mean, watch price. And again, given the fact that there's a sin price hike coming in soon, with the exchange rate and everything, I just don't. I just want to give them my business anymore. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. I understand. I am hot and cold with what Watch Buys for sure. Um, aren't Yoma Shop watches minus original factory warranty? Yes, yes, you
Yes.
do get a Yoma Shop warranty, but for what's that worth? I don't know. It's I've heard some not so great stories about it. If you're going to buy from Yoma Shop, you're going to spend this money on that kind of watch. Just cross your fingers that it's going to be okay for a couple of years. Because I just don't think the that Yoma Shop warranty is anything anything spectacular. Um, Plexiglass has been flex. The plexi has been flex. Um, Chad's saying you keep eating those moon pies and the stock strap will fit you just fine.
Uh, all right. Sure.
You know what strap will look good on this watch? Half red strap on top and the other half black strap on the
I did.
bottom.
I did that. It was met with so much of derision by our friends that I had to drop it eventually. Let me see if I have a picture of that or not. Um,
Well, while you're searching,
all right.
I think I know you can. Oh, you're gonna show it. Okay, let's hold on. Let me get you full solo layout.
So yeah, I mean, with the blur, it's a little
Yeah.
annoying, but you get the gist.
All right. Um, let's see here. When is Zin coming out with the new 5560? Don't know.
Don't know.
But I think probably, I mean, it would make sense for them to do something like that, a smaller class for one of those, smaller watches. I actually had it. I bought that version for one of, I think maybe it was the 144 that I had. Anyway, the class was good. I mean, with the micro adjust, it was a pretty good class. That's right. With the bracelet, it was like $510, which is kind of pricey, but I guess maybe I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it probably was worth it. I'll have to say. Even though I hate spending that kind of much on an accessory. Zyn caps its growth potential in the US by only selling through WatchBuys and only being able to service through RGM, especially the models with lots of Zen tech. Yeah, I just don't. In regards to the servicing, like, I mean, I think like it's just another layer, right? I mean, like, I think the last thing anybody wants to do is like ship a watch to Europe to get to get a service. So you have that layer here at RGM. Hopefully, they can fix some of the issues or some of the main issues that might be wrong with a watch before you really have to go send it to Zen. Um, yes, I mean I don't know how WatchBuys gets away with being the only um, seller of Zen in the US. I don't know. I
They,
don't know.
they they negotiated well,
Yeah.
and I think I respect them for that, where they have a stranglehold and they're not really letting anybody in, at least in the US. So kudos.
Yeah.
Not good for us, but it's
No.
good for them.
Yeah. Okay, what was the other one? You got something else too, right?
I got a Certina Synchron which I already want to sell. Nothing expensive, like a Ming. But
Hmm.
I think I talked about the Ming a couple of weeks
Yeah.
back when I was here. That's about it. I did pre-order a watch today.
Ooh. Do
Yeah,
you is it a secret?
it's a secret. I can't, you know, it's not public information yet, based on valuable knowledge provided to us by our good friend. There has been some moves.
Interesting. I think I'm not in the loop. It's not this one, huh?
Nah. If
Okay.
it was if it was this watch, I'd be telling people in the world that I can afford a 45K watch. I wish. I mean, it's a watch that, like, I'm looking at it every couple of hours. That's
Oh,
how
really?
captivated I am with this watch. 100%. Look at the movement. Look at the
The
dial.
movement's
The
amazing.
the borosilicate dial. It's just you. I mean, even if you don't like the brand or don't like their policies and whatnot, um I do have to admit that, like, this is, like, what they have done is really awesome. It's just, like, it works so well with the Agenhar, the
Yeah.
Agengraph movement,
Yeah.
that I don't know, if I had a lot of money and, like, a lot of cash to spend on these type of watches, I would. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. It's definitely like man, I've been turned off by Ming for a real. Look, initially when Ming started making watches, I really kind of liked that design, their design language. I thought it was unique, and then the way that they went about selling these pieces after a while, after they got really really popular, kind of turned me off. And like you, I have looked at this watch a couple times today. I mean, I'm not in any position to buy something like this ever, but man, it's really interesting, and I love that movement. I just love that movement. It looks so cool.
I think Ming does deserve a little bit of criticism when it came to handling things during the
Hmm.
pandemic, especially during 2021, when they kind of overshot and overestimated their worth in the market. But
Yeah,
their method of selling watches hasn't changed. They have a limited drop, 500 pieces, whatever it is, and then they'll process your order as best as they can.
yeah.
I think the whole Ming controversy was very much blown out of proportion, because this is my third or fourth Ming.
Hmm.
I have spoken to their customer service. Yes, it's not the best. I guess that's because of a language barrier, not exactly because the lady who handles it or whoever it is rude, but they have been prompt with their answers. They have never been rude to me.
Hmm.
And the way things were blown out of proportion during that time, especially with the Ming Messina collab, for me, I blame Messina more than Ming any day.
Yeah.
Because, like, he was the one. Like, there were reports, and again, please, everybody watching this, take it with a grain of salt. It was Messina kind of doing the favoritism, selling the watches to people who would promote the brand overall. So, and that's not on Ming. I have met the CEO of Ming this year because we had a Ming event in our local chapter of watches, and he was as nice as they come. Like, I don't. The only thing which worries me, and again, we were speaking to our mutual friend Hobby Bobby in the morning, is the long term sustainability of this brand,
Hmm.
and number two, availability of parts in
Hmm.
the near future. And for example, some people really like to have a complete set.
Yeah.
There are insane people. Well, So stock strap, right? I mean, this was a valid criticism. So some, like they always make these watches, 500 pieces, 600 pieces, and then they have, I don't know, a couple of hundred spare parts left over, for example. So the annoyance for this person was they cannot give you the same stock strap. Now I understand that, it just sucks. Like they
Hmm.
were like, hey, can you please buy one of the ones that we're already selling? But as we know, Hobby Bobby is very specific and he wants the exact same set. So
Yeah,
that's definitely a cause of concern, because as a brand who is in it for the long haul, they should be able to provide that.
yeah.
I think Ming has gone back to the point where they were only for enthusiasts who like the brand. And definitely, if you look at their recent releases, the Aventurine Dial, the Diver, they have all sold out. Maybe
Mm,
a little slow, but to a company, as long as they're selling out of all their watches, I don't think it's a really, a bad thing.
yeah. And this particular watch right here, this is definitely an enthusiast watch, right? Because at this price point, there's a lot of great watches that you can get. But if you are into Ming and the design language, and you could, and you,
This watch, I feel, is equivalent to somebody buying a Simon Brett or a Fleming watch.
mm,
I like this. I mean,
yeah,
I have experienced the whole gamut of Holy Trinity watches, and got a Patek, got an AP, a Vacheron, Rolex, and then I'm like, I want something which is not mainstream, something which is unique. And I don't want a Simon Brett, I don't want a Berneron, I don't want a Kalinich Clays. I want something which is very, very unique, which
hmm,
doesn't have designs pulled from inspirations pulled from other watches.
hmm, hmm,
So definitely, it's for an enthusiast who has a different sort of taste. That's
yeah.
all I can say.
The anger movement reminds me of a battle. I'll get a minger before too long, says Justin. Hey Rob, good to see you. Mountain Standard Time is here. Okay. Um, let's take a look at some other releases. Not too many. I mean, we I've already talked earlier about the Omega Seamaster dip. I mean, like just a few thoughts on this one, if you have any. Like, is this ridiculous? Are these releases Omega's been doing lately? Are they nuts? I mean, like, I mean, it's the same thing all over again. They're just like putting a little, changing a little bit of thing here with the bezel. You got different color hands, like, and it's $600 more than your run of the mill Seamaster Professional. Like,
Again, like I can't speak to the strategy that they have in mind. It doesn't make sense to me. It should be $100 more expensive than the normal one at best. You're changing the handsets and a little bit on the bezel, and then you're charging $600. It's a little, yeah, it's a little crappy for them to do it. I mean, it's a great watch. I mean, the Seamaster is a great watch. Anybody who has had it has been pleased with it, and whoever buys this watch will still be happy with it. But um, well, had to mention, so this doesn't have the normal 8800 movement. This has the 8806. So that's a no date version. Usually, the no date version of a Seamaster 300, you get it in ceramic,
hmm,
and you get it in the one which Wolfie has with the rose gold and the ceramic. I don't remember what it's exactly called. So I'm guessing that's why they can justify the extra $600, because I don't know, like, what's the difference between the normal movement versus this no date. It's up to a brand what they want to price the watch at, and it's up to the public what they want to buy the watch at. I'm not buying this. I mean, for me, realistically, if I was buying this watch, I'd probably pay mid fives. But then again, I wouldn't pay more than 4,300 for this watch anyway. So that's just me.
yeah,
But if I'm being fair and honest as to the pricing, mid fives good enough.
yeah. Anger move. Did I say anger move? Agonor.
You did.
Did I say okay? Okay. Uh,
You had a Bill Sanders moment.
yeah. Look, at 9:30 or 9:40 in the evening, I'm starting to run out of gas, so my reading skills fall off considerably. Garrick versus Line in the competition battle between small independents. Uh, I think I like Garrick. I'd go Garrick on this one.
I don't
You
care about both of them.
you don't care about both of them? No, you don't have any opinion. You don't like one over the other.
I mean, gun to my head, probably liner. I don't know. Like I
Yeah.
don't know enough about those watches. I just don't. To me, and again, like I know some people are gonna kill me. They look like generic independents. I'm like, a
Ooh.
little bit of polish here, a little bit of polish there, a little bit
Mhm.
of gear shade here and there.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You're not impressed with
They-
Guilloche, aren't you? You're
No, no,
not.
no. I
Yeah.
mean, they're very good watches, but it just doesn't speak to me. I'm not saying they're bad watches overall, but to
Yeah.
me, it looks like any other independent brand out there.
All right. Let's see here. Getting back to new releases, and we got a Longines Spirit flyback. I feel like we've been seeing a lot of just like different variations of models. I guess it's maybe the summertime. Everybody's on vacation in Switzerland, and so we have the steel and gold gradient dial for Longines Spirit flyback. I mean, do we really need this one in gold?
Honestly, it's like filling up every niche possible so that they can get the maximum money out of it.
Yeah,
Makes sense. Not really what I would do,
yeah. It's a good
but
looking watch.
it's a good. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad looking watch. It's a
Yeah.
great looking watch, but it's just if you look at, like, I know Longines has been releasing banger after banger, and people are going nuts over it. But if you look at how their watches used to be, like the Hydro Conquest before,
Hmm.
they had watches in every price range, right? Like, every 500 bucks, there's a new watch with some movement or the others, and they're trying to do, the same way. I mean, as long as they can sell a shit ton of Longines, that means it's good for Breguet, for
Yeah,
example, because
yeah.
Breguet isn't making them a lot of money.
Right, right. Fair enough.
This is their bread and butter.
Longines, Omega, I guess maybe Swatch, bread and butter brands to keep brands like Breguet. And is it Blanc Pond part of the Swatch group?
Yes,
Yeah, keeping them alive, right?
that,
Um,
that brand doesn't need to exist. They can go back to time. I don't like brown paws. I mean, like
yeah.
and again, like this is me being very. I'm not like this is not me trying to annoy Wolfie or anybody else. It's just I don't get the point of a blanc pain. Like the 50 fathoms, manufactured history. Number one, number two, a big ass watch. Number three, a big ass price. Why will I buy it over a Submariner? Why? Why will I buy it over a Seamaster 300? For the horological value, the horological question, like, get out of here. Look at their Villarays. You look at 15 watches and they're good, but you'll fall asleep. Look at the Bathyscaphe, like tiny little indices.
Mm,
You, I don't get that brand. Like, it's fine that they exist, but
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
like, yeah, if they die tomorrow, I won't be shedding a tear. Oh my God, Blancpain is dead. Fine.
Breguet makes a ton of money. ADs are forced to take a Breguet as a brand so they can sell Omega and Longines. I think I see what you mean, Scott, in the sense that if they're taking in Breguet, that's the way they can get to sell Omega and Longines, and that's how they make the money. I see what you're saying. It's like a cable bundle. If you want ESPN, you buy the Ocho. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you look at it that way, I see what you mean. Look, Urwork. Um, I think this is like a makeover. Well, it says it's a makeover. I've never seen the original or anything like this in Urwork. It's usually a lot different design, right? But I still, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get this one, Dib. Do you get it?
I just don't know enough about it to comment on it. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
Just aesthetically, though. I mean, like,
aesthetically, I love it. I
really?
like.
Okay.
I, again, like I think I'm falling down Amin's rabbit hole where And the thought process behind it is pretty cool, because the genesis of this watch, it came from the company Dreamland. They essentially acquired SR-71 fuselage pieces, and like whatever BS they want to talk, it's just, it looks cool. It's like nothing in this world. It's distinctive. It's not going to appeal to everyone. Again, somebody in the chat might say the same thing that I said about Blancpain. I don't get why these brand exist. But again, that's the beauty of this hobby, right? I mean, just because I don't like something doesn't mean they have to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's inspired by the BlackBerry spy plane. High-tech marvel combines a mechanical heart with a microchip brain. Hand crank. I don't know what the hand crank does. I should probably read it and figure it out, but I don't know. Not that interested. 150,000 Swiss francs, excluding VAT. Okay. Um, Ms. Owen's saying you can actually get a bon palm without filleting your AD for 5 years. Yeah.
But I mean, all right, fine. I understand that point. But do you really want a watch that you can just walk in and buy? I don't know. I mean, getting something which you can't get is more rewarding than just walking in and just buying at Blancpain, knowing that nobody's gonna really care about what that watch is. You know, people look for external validation, if they, whether they like it or not. And I don't think nobody's gonna walk up to me and say, "Hey, Dave, that's a nice Blancpain." I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. You're a
Mm,
watch nerd.
mm.
Please. I already have many friends who do, who I talk to you, like talk to them about that. So
Hot
no.
takes. That's why we like having Dib on
Nah,
those.
I mean, again, like the brand is nice. I mean, and there's no question that they have a lot of manufacturing chops. It just doesn't. I've tried my hardest
Mm,
to look at it
I
from a
know.
very impartial eye, because Wolfie has a gold Blancpain, and that's probably the biggest flex a man can do. Look at me. I lost 30 grand on a watch.
I
So
can't wait. I can't wait to watch this in the morning. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm just saying.
Eh,
I'm just saying. Like the watches are great, but I just don't feel as if. And again, like, it's a personal opinion. You don't have to
Yeah,
agree with it. It's just.
yeah,
I mean, I won't say what's on my mind because it's not right for YouTube, but
yeah.
just
So
not
so
for me.
you, so Blanc would Blancpain be like the brand that you've tried the most to like, and it just doesn't happen?
I sometimes I do like a few old the grand date, what's it called? I don't even remember them. They're so inconsequential, but I do like some of them. But
Mhm.
again, like nothing in their current catalog, it would be like I'm jumping up to buy it. you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
there's And again, like for me, each and every brand or each and every watch has a purpose, for me at least. Where it sits in the hierarchy, where it sits in the price category, what function it does. I just don't have any room for Blancpain in my heart or my mind.
yeah.
It's just, it's like you with Oris. I'd rather buy an Oris than a Blancpain.
Oh, I don't know.
And I wouldn't buy an Oris either.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would buy a Blancpain over an Oris for sure. I
As I'm
mean,
saying, like,
I'm not a huge Blancpain fan either. You know what I mean?
I
Uh,
I have tried my hardest. I've been to the boutiques multiple times in Vegas, talked to the people. They were really nice. They did not turn you out like, hey, you can't get this Rolex or whatever. But it's just, I try my hardest. It's like nothing, it doesn't work.
is that hot peppers that Chaz has put up there? I
Probably,
can't.
yeah, spicy.
Spicy, okay. Because I would think they'd be red or green, but not maybe not black peppers. I don't know. Maybe that's how um, it's interpreted via StreamYard. No. Well, hey, look, Dib. Thanks tonight for coming over. Appreciate it. Um, and always have you enjoy having you on the show. Hey, chat. Thanks again. We're gonna call it a night for participating this evening and throwing out some good stuff out there to talk about. And guys, have a great rest of the week. See you next Monday on the Watch Soup. And be on the lookout for a giveaway video. I know I said I was going to do a giveaway video last Sunday, but it's going to be this Sunday, and then we'll go from there. Anyway, guys, have a great night. See you soon. Take care.
Bye.